What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the 2021 Subaru Outback. So as you guys probably know, the Outback was redesigned in 2020. So in 2021, we're expecting little to no changes, right? They just overhauled the entire thing. So we've got three major changes that we'll get into as we kind of go along. I shouldn't say major changes. We got three minor changes, but those are the main differences here in 2021. But as always, we're just going to do an overview of the 2021 here. This is the Touring XT in magnetite gray metallic, beautiful car. So this has every single bell and whistle available on the Outback, and we're going to take a look at all of it right now. So starting up front, as always, you've got LED headlights, LED fog lights. You've got these DRLs that kind of work their way around as well with this nice sculpted design. So the first of the three minor changes is that the lighting system is now adaptive and it is standard now. So standard adaptive lighting, but you've obviously got it here on the Touring XT regardless of whether it was standard or not, because this is the top trim, but adaptive lighting is one. Fog lights again down here. You've got this smooth plastic cladding that runs around the XT trim here. Again, this is the Touring XT, so you can have some of those more sporty accents. You've got this brushed satin look here on the front fascia, big old Subaru badge, and then this powder coated black. It's underneath, an 80-degree front-facing camera. Very standard Subaru grille, nothing we haven't seen so far. Now under the hood, since this is the XT, you've got the 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer engine. You've got 260 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque, 30 miles per gallon highway, 23 miles per gallon city. Again, if you don't have the XT, then you'll have the 2.5 liter engine. Up top here, you've got your EyeSight driver assist system and an entire suite of safety features that I can't even get into because there's so many, but here's a list. It's crazy the amount of features that you get safety-wise here on Subarus, and there's a reason that they've won so many safety awards. Moving on back, the Touring XT sits on 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels. There's really nice two-tone black and silver look. I think they look really nice. Moving on back to the side mirrors here, you've got this brushed satin, again, like you've got up front, integrated turn signals. You've got this chrome accent that runs all the way from the window trim around and reaches over to the mirror. These mirrors have blind spot monitoring. They're heated, they're power folding. Again, integrated turn signals, the whole suite on these nice side mirrors here. Moving on back, you've got keyless access here. The door handles are kind of a two-tone with the magnetite gray body color. You've got these roof rails here that have these adjustable crossbars. So you can actually pull them out of their little spot, swing it over. Now I gotta reach across and get this one. Got it, all right. Then you can swing them back, and you got these little holes on the other side. Just smack them down in there. Boom, and now you've got crossbars. Also up top, you've got a power moonroof as well. Not a panoramic, but it's still nice to have. So moving to the back of the vehicle, we first introduced last year on the 2020, and it's these little black plastic liners that go around the headlights. They give it this really sporty look. It kind of cuts off the side lights here, gets a really nice sculpted element, adds just a nice accent. I think it looks really nice, really sporty, especially on the XT here. You've got your Outback badging, your Touring XT badging, Subaru badging, symmetrical all-wheel drive badging, big Subaru badge, got a rear wiper, got kind of a little spoiler lip thing to keep stuff off of your rear window. Again, rear wiper if you need it. Another satin piece around just to match everything, kind of blend it all together. Lights here, and you've also got your parking sensors dotted around the back. Up underneath, just a standard rear vision camera. You've got your little lock and unlock button that I showed off in my secret features video. Definitely check that out. I show you how to use a secret code to open your Outback. It's awesome. And then you've got your button here to open your power lift gate. So you can open it using that button, or you can use the button on the key fob, or you can use Subaru's hands-free option, which still requires you to use your hand to open it, but it's hands-free. It's in the marketing material, hands-free, just by waving in front of the badge, and it's gonna open it up. So you technically don't have to use your hands, you could use your elbow or something like that. You also have a lock button there that you can push. It will lower the gate and lock the car up for you if you're taking groceries out and you want to shut the car down without using the actual key fob or anything like that. Inside the trunk, a very spacious trunk. I mean, the Outback is known for that. It's huge, you know, it's got a big storage capacity, and you can lay the seats down to get even more. Here's the dimensions with the rear seats up. And then here is the dimensions with the rear seats folded down. So a lot of nice storage space in the back. We also have a cargo shade here and it has the little one-touch tilting feature, so you can do it like that, and then boom, it kind of pops up. So nice features back here. Definitely some awesome storage space. Let's hop inside. All right, so let's take a look at what we got inside the cabin here. Now, again, this gigantic 11.6-inch vertical screen was introduced last year in the Outback, the Legacy. That's it, I think, so far. Yeah, that's it so far. But we'll see it on future models, I'm sure. There's one awesome new change. Now, this isn't new specifically for 2021. It actually came out before the 2021s, but we'll talk about it in a second. But the two other minor changes for 2021 specifically, I actually think one of them is not that insignificant, and that is the passenger seatbelt lights and chimes. So we talked about this in my 2021 Ascent video. Now, this isn't new on vehicles, but it is new here on the Outback. And you get these little lights showing you which of your rear seat passengers or front seat passenger is not wearing their seatbelts, and it will actually make a chime. So let's say the back right passenger is not wearing a seatbelt. You'll see it up here on these little lights that, yeah, in fact, it's red and lit up. Back right, not wearing their seatbelt. So you can let them know, hey, I know you're not wearing it, buckle up, that kind of stuff. And it will chime if they're not wearing their seatbelt, which we didn't have before. So that's kind of a significant change to me, but you do get that specifically here on 2021. The third and final minor change for 2021 is actually rear seat reminders. So all it does is if you've had something in the back seat, or even if you haven't, and you shut the car down and everyone gets out, it'll pop up and say, hey, don't forget to check the rear seats so you don't leave kids or pets or important things back there. So those are the three minor changes: the adaptive front lighting system being standard, the rear seat passenger light and chimes, and the rear seat reminders. Those are the big changes for 2021. But there's another change, like I mentioned, that I want to talk about in just a second. So let's take a look at all the things we've got equipped here in the cabin. First of all, I want to talk about this Java brown Napa leather interior. It is beautiful. It is by far my favorite thing about the Outback. I love the brown interior, especially contrasting with the black. I think it looks so good here on the Touring XT. So you've got this accented around your door panels. You've got it up on the dash here. It runs across over above the glove box, obviously on the seats, back seats as well. You've got it here on the armrest with the accent stitching. I think it just looks incredible. It is by far my favorite thing about these Subarus. It really looks good with the autumn green color as well, but here on the magnetite gray, it still looks good. But I love the brown and green contrast. It's so Subaru. I love it. So that's super nice with the accent stitching. You also have this kind of black soft touch leather too with the accent stitching, and then obviously hard rubber around other parts, including the center console here. It has the hard leather here, or hard rubber, but it also has the leather with the accent stitching. So really nice cabin. I think it's beautiful. It's a little simple, but there's nothing wrong with that. Leather wrap steering wheel here with the accent stitching. I'd love if you had the option for a brown steering wheel. I think that'd be kind of cool with like the Napa leather wrapped, but this is the black with the accent stitching. You've got your media controls on the left side. Then on the right side, you've got your adaptive cruise control settings, and you have your lane centering button. That was introduced first last year, so that's kind of relatively new, not entirely. You've got heated steering wheel option underneath. Past that, we're still working with analog gauges. I'm expecting not too soon, but in the next couple years that Subaru's going to introduce a fully digital display here, so we'll get rid of the analog gauges altogether. But we still got that with the little 4.2-inch cluster right down the center that gives you your adaptive cruise control and all your, what gear you're in, and you can do media, that type of stuff on that display. Underneath the steering wheel, you've got your push to start engine. Moving back up, you've got your driver focus distraction mitigation system, little sensor right there. So that thing watches you like a hawk. If you turn away for any amount of time, it's going to beep at you and it's going to let you know, stop it, stop it. No, but it will tell you like, hey, focus. If you're like looking out the window or looking behind you, it'll say, hey, you got to stop. I've been told that it will actually stop your vehicle fully if you're not paying attention for too long. Example, you fall asleep at the wheel. I have not been able to test this for obvious reasons, but I've been told that's what it can do. But that's not the coolest part in my opinion. The coolest part is that it can actually identify your face and let you know like, hey, what's up? I know who you are. And then it will adjust like your climate control, your radio. It'll move your seat to a specific position. It's got some cool functionality outside of just letting you know that, hey, you're kind of drowsy. Moving on down, you have the 11.6-inch display that we talked about. Again, this has all the standard radio, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, My Subaru. You can see your backup camera, your front-facing camera. Car info, you can connect it to the My Subaru app. You can do, vehicle settings to see like which of your safety systems are engaged and turn X mode on and off, do your climate control, turn your heated seats on. I mean, this has all the functionality you could ever want hidden underneath all of the bells and whistles up front. You also have in-vehicle navigation powered by TomTom. Now that is specific to certain trims. Obviously, we're gonna have it on the top trim here on the Touring XT, but you'll get it on some other trims as well. But the thing I wanna talk about on this 11.6-inch display is the update they made to CarPlay. Now, I'm not sure if this applies to Android Auto or not. I don't use an Android, so I'm not positive. But what they did, they fixed my main problem with this display. If you guys have watched my review of the 11.6-inch display, or you've watched my previous Outback reviews, you know that I am mainly a CarPlay user. I have a 2019 Crosstrek. I use CarPlay in it exclusively. I don't mess around with like the built-in apps or anything. I just don't find them that useful. They're kind of clunky, kind of slow, as most in-vehicle systems are. But my problem with this display is that if I wanted to use CarPlay in the past, I would have to connect my phone and it would give me this much of the screen as the CarPlay screen. And I did the measurements and it measured out to be the exact same dimensions as my tiny screen on my base model Crosstrek, right? So you're paying, what is this, $42,000 for a giant display if you're exclusively a CarPlay user, and you're not getting any more usable space than if you were to buy a $22,000 Crosstrek. Subaru fixed it. Well, Subaru and Apple, I'm not really sure who specifically to credit, but it's fixed. So now if you go ahead and you take a lightning cable, plug it into your phone, enable CarPlay, they put out a software update over the summer that allows you to use CarPlay in portrait mode. Yes! So now you get to take advantage of not all, but most of that 11.6-inch display. Big, beautiful portrait CarPlay, which it just looks amazing. I'm so happy about this. So if you guys are interested at a deeper dive of this new updated CarPlay system, head on over and check out my tech channel, Mets Tech. I'm gonna be posting an entire video specifically talking about the ins and outs and the updates and what all the apps look like now on this portrait mode display here on the Outback. I'll have it linked above in the top corner. Head over there, check it out, drop a like, hit subscribe, watch some videos. It would really help me out. I'm trying to grow that channel to be kind of a complement to my car channels, where we still talk about cars, but we talk about the technology on that channel, and we do, you know, overall reviews on this channel, that kind of thing. So head over there, check it out if you're interested, and hit subscribe. But yeah, it's awesome. I absolutely love the updates they did to this system. It makes me actually kind of want one of these bigger screens now, which I definitely didn't before. So moving on down from that, you've got your I/O ports. So you've got a 3.5mm jack. You've got 2 USB-A ports. I'd love to see them throw a USB-C port in here eventually, because that will be the standard sooner or later. Electronic parking brake. You've got a Qi-enabled wireless charging pad. You've got your front-facing 180-degree camera that you can push this button here. I think you can push it in park. I thought you had to be in neutral. No, you can push it while you're in park. You've got your Lineartronic CVT here, kind of a leather wrapped with the black leather with the accent stitching. Center console here, again, Napa brown leather. You've got a 2-parter, so if you lift the first part, you get this little tray where you could store some stuff, and then if you lift this up, you have your 12-volt outlet. You've actually got a CD slot, so all of you know, experienced people will have a place to play all your CD-ROMs. So that's super nice. In the back seat, you've got vents, and you've got 2 USB-A ports, and you have heated rear seats, which is absolutely awesome. I love that. As far as seating surfaces go, you've got a 10-way power adjustable driver's seat with lumbar support. I think you have a 6 or 8-way power adjustable passenger seat. Again, they have that Napa brown with the accent stitching, and they are heated and ventilated for front seats and just heated for rear seats. I say just, that's an awesome feature. Heated rear seats is great. Up top, you've got an auto-dimming rearview mirror, universal HomeLink garage door controls, and a compass built in. Sunglasses holder there. You've got your moonroof controls up top, and then you have your Harman Kardon premium audio system, and that's about it. So yeah, we looked at everything here inside the cabin. It's a fully featured cabin, yet simple, which I really like. I'm a big fan of the design language of Subaru for the most part, so I definitely think this is a really nice, clean cabin that you're really gonna enjoy. All right, guys, and that is the 2021 Subaru Outback. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about this Touring XT in magnetite gray? Do you like the new updated CarPlay system? I love it. Let's have a conversation about it down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new Subaru video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.